Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to understand the universe. I'm going to simplify some pretty profound things that people find confusing or oftentimes have misinterpretations. So I hope you join me. Watch this video. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notification when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I want to dive in here because, as most of you know, I do coaching sessions every single day, all day, except for Fridays. I take Fridays off. And I have so many of the same questions. And so I kind of wanted to use this video as answering some of those universal law questions. This spans between all ages. I have clients that are teenagers and then almost 70, right? I have one 81-year-old. So it's all ages that tend to have these questions. And as a young person, I had so many of these questions too when things would come up for me. And I had the kind of mind that just needed to dive in and figure it out. Because if other people couldn't help me understand, I knew I had to understand. And then one day, I didn't realize, but I'd be helping others understand. And so nothing brings me more joy than explaining these big, let's say complicated topics and making them simple to digest, right? So the first thing that I hear a lot, and I heard it today twice, so I have to say it, is she literally said, my first client, literally said, if I was worthy, God wouldn't put me in this position. How many of us feel throughout our life that, you know, if I was worthy, the universe would have had support there for me, or the universe wouldn't put me in this position because the universe knows that this is my biggest issue. Why would I be punished like this? Now, the first thing I want to say, and I've said it in other videos, is a lot of times we think the universe punishes us because our parents punished us and our parents were our God. So we think God is like our parent. Time to upgrade that understanding. Time to do a little mother wound, father wound work, right? Because in shadow work, we know my shadow work course is open for enrollment now, by the way. Ooh, perfect timing. It is open right now. We start September 1st. And I've been telling my clients about this who haven't already done it, because when we do the mother wound and father wound and tribal wound work in our shadow work, we see our parents for who they truly are, and we can start to see who we truly are, instead of taking on the toxic shame or the unhealed wounds of the generational wounding, right? The tribal wounds. And when we do that, then we can start to be less afraid of who we are and step into our shine. And then start to own our authentic selves so that what you are seeking is seeking you, so that the universe can have your gifts as well and come to you for your service. Long story, right? So she says to me, if I was worthy, the universe or God, whatever you decide, source, wouldn't have put me in that position. And I said, okay, the first thing we need to understand, guys, is the universe is kind, unconditional, loving. Now, we don't think that because one of my biggest issues that I see in the world is children with cancer. I cannot handle it. I cannot handle child abuse, animal abuse. I cannot handle that stuff. But I also know that that's not the universe. That's people. That's diseases in this world. That's things that happen, right? And oftentimes when we see these tragedies and things and these hardships, we see people that become examples of triumph and become examples of healing and become examples of lifting their perception up higher, because sometimes these really negative contrasting experiences work to show us a new way of being. Because when we're at that place of suffering, we're also in a more surrendering place. So we can look at things any way we want to, but the thing I want you to know, and the thing I know and I live by, is the universe does not punish. The universe does not make someone be in a car accident, right? These are things that people create. People drink and drive. People do these things. The universe isn't saying, I'm going to make that person drink and drive to get in an accident with you. The universe isn't saying that. The universe is saying there is a free will, drinking and driving, or there's a divine will, not doing that shit. And which one are we lined up with? A lot of times when we have emotional wounds, this is why I'm so dedicated to helping people heal their emotional wounds. Because a lot of times when we have emotional wounds, we think our trauma is our intuition. We think our coping mechanism is our only way out. That is your free will because of the wounding. The more healing we do on our emotional wounds, the more in alignment with our authentic self we are, and then the more in alignment with our true purpose we are, and then the more we can hear our own divine wisdom. We open up this portal of learning to trust self because we love self, and then we trust universe, and then we're on each other's team. There isn't this confusion. So often I have clients that come to me, today included, who say there's this inner child voice and then there's adult voice and they don't line up, right? A lot of the time, the inner child is still trying to protect you from yourself. It's still got the parent in your head. It's lining up with what it needs to do to survive, to be included, to belong, to feel like they deserve. It doesn't realize that you've gone through enough life to upgrade your understanding of these things. And so this is why in my work, the biggest part of my work is inner child work. I had a new client today and she's like, Candace, how come I've had 16 years of therapy and in one session you just explained shit that no one ever did? I said, because girl, my gift is clairsentience and clairvoyance. I can feel into your experience and articulate it, because I've had the wisdom of these things and I can understand and feel into you, right? So my feeling with her inner child, this one particular client that was separated, as I said, well, that's because you still have mom's voice inside of you. So your inner child is still dedicated to validating mother, not you. So any man you date, I'm going to guess, is just like mother, a very big perfectionist that will pick at your imperfections. And mom's going to love that guy, because he stays in alignment with mom's need for validation and keeps you in alignment with mom's need for validation. She's like, how did you know that? I'm like, because that's how this works, right? So it's people, it's not the universe that does these things. But I want to say one thing to you. As I was reframing this to her, she literally said, if I was worthy, God wouldn't put me in this position. And I said, or universe trusts that you are ready to move on from this lesson and is giving you the opportunity to test it out. If we don't know the nature of the universe and how it works, we're going to think it's against us because this is what my perception is. My perception is my parents would punish me when X, Y, Z, so that's what the universe is doing. So we have to really understand unconditional love. We have to understand abundance. We have to understand manifestation. What we mainly have to understand is who we were born as was perfect for our purpose. I have a client getting that tattoo right now. I might get it because it's what I say all day long. You were born absolutely perfect for your purpose. I will give you a personal example because I always do and it makes most sense. I knew I was born perfect for my purpose because I would have downloads when I was a kid. I was a psychic child. However, people, this system that was an emotional dark age, AF, the system was like, there's something wrong with you, take Ritalin, right? That's my story. Take Ritalin. You're never going to get it the way you need to get it. You think different. That's weird. That's bad. That's wrong. Now, I knew that was crazy, but because everyone was telling me that, I was like, really? How could I be born wrong? What's spiritual law? That contrast made me find my purpose because I started digging into the universe at a very young age to be like, why the hell would God make me wrong? God didn't make me wrong. Society got it wrong. And as I grew older and I started having my own success in my own career, my first career, I realized I don't think there's something wrong with me. I really don't. The way I do things always works for me when I do things my way, not the way they're telling me to do it. I don't need to line up with them. I need to line up with me. I got it. And then when I started this career, which I knew I was called to do since I was a child, truly, I realized that, I took myself off the Ritalin at 17. So I've been off for decades. And I got straight A's in college because I was doing it my way. And then I went on to more degrees and more things. And I realized that if I didn't have this different way of thinking, I couldn't do my purpose. If they drugged it out of me and I allowed that to happen and I believed them, I would never be sitting here in front of you speaking truth in a different way than most of you have heard it, right? Because to be different, we make a difference. If you want to be like everybody else, you'll be like everybody else. But we're not here to be everybody else. We're here to be an individual. We're here to be true to our autonomy, to our true authentic self, which means embracing the things that you naturally are that maybe people tell you you aren't. And if it hurts you when they tell you that, it's probably wrong. So I'm here to remind you that the truth of who you are, the universe has your back. As you support the truth of you, the universe supports you even more. When you go against you, you're going to feel very negative emotion because the universe does not agree with you. And that is the first guidance you need to understand how the universe truly works, right? The universe is in full support of the authentic you. School might not be, your parents might not be, your boyfriend might not be, your boss might not be. I don't care. The universe is more powerful. One other thing I want to say, and so many more videos on this topic. This is a big topic that comes up too, is, oh gosh, I'm in custody battle with my ex-husband. How's the universe going to help me? The judge is going to give him custody. I said, it doesn't really fucking matter because the universe is more powerful than the judge. What's going to happen if this is the truth and your husband is bad guy and he's doing these bad things? Something will happen where a neighbor will hear your ex-husband hurting your kid or something and call the authorities, and the kid will be taken away and given back to you. This is how the universe works if you're living in your integrity and you are living an honest, truthful, connected life where you trust yourself and you trust the good in the universe. You will see that things work out in your favor. After all, it may take some time, but if you stay in alignment with your faith in the universe and in the truth and in the goodness, at some point in time, it will come back to you, I promise. I have so many stories that I will be putting in my book because it's way too much for a video that will show you it is real. This energy is not a lie. This energy is all-knowing and all-loving. And people who do wrong things, it's called karma. It does come back to them. And people who do good things, it is karma. It will come back to you. You don't have to worry as much as you think. So I hope with this video, you will have a little more faith than you did before you push play. I'd love to know your comments in the comment section. Just a quick announcement, if you want to become part of my inner circle, the Truth Room, the membership link is below. We meet every Friday over Zoom to do group healings, and I do my psychic stuff. If you want to have an inner group with me, a very small group of 3 people for 8 weeks, inner work, links below. And most importantly, shadow work is open for enrollment. Mother wound, father wound, tribal wounds, coming into the power of who you truly are and understanding that who you were originally at the beginning of time is perfect for your purpose. When you reclaim that after you do the tribal wound healing, you will be shocked by what you step into. All links below. I love you guys so much. Have a great week. See you soon.